Valley of Adventure presented to you by Avis Anywhere 3. Valley of Adventure written by Enid Blyton. The Valley of Adventure is the third book of 8 in this category. Third thrilling installment in the adventure series by Enid Blyton, one of the best loved children's writer of all time. Nothing could be more exciting than a daring night flight on Bill's plane. But Philip, Dana, Lucy and Jay and Kiki the parrot soon find themselves flying straight into a truly amazing adventure. Who are two strange parrots? And what is the secret treasure hidden in the lonely and mysterious valley where the children land? About the author, Enid Blyton. Enid Mary Blyton, born on August 11, 1897, East Dulwich, London, England, was a prolific and highly popular British author of stories, poems, plays, and educational books for children. Most of Blyton's fiction consists of mystery or adventure stories, through schools and circuses from the setting of others. Her famous 5, Secret 7, and Mystery series of books were widely read, and in the 1950s, her Little Naughty series enjoyed enormous popularity and made her a household name. Blyton's book features clearly delineated good and bad characters and having exciting plots that illustrate traditional moral lessons. Characters of the Valley of Adventure. Jack Tarrant. Jack Tarrant is a boy of about 14 years in the series beginning, who has red hairs, green eyes, and lots of freckles all over his face. The latter of which earning him the nickname Freckles from Phillips. He and his sister Lucy Ann are orphans and were living in an unfriendly uncle until they were adopted by Mrs. Mannering. Jack has a special passion for birds. He spent most of his time observing birds. His greatest dream is becoming an ornithologist. He loves Mrs. Mannering very much. Philip Mannering. A boy with a growth of hairs which stand up above the forehead, earning him the nickname Tufty from Jake. Like his late father, Philip has a gift of being friendly any type of land-based animal he comes across, and always has a veritable zoo of small animals somewhere within his clothes. He is quite a tease with his sister Dinah about her squeamishness and often gets into a lot of fight with her about it. Dinah Mannering. Philip's younger sister of about 12 in the beginning of the series. Like her brother, she has a tuft of hair standing up her head. But she shares neither his gift in interacting nor his love for animals, especially the small creepy types. Temperamental as she is, she often finds herself the target of her brother's teasing. But otherwise, she is quite level-headed, tough, intelligent, and grown up for her age. Lucy Ann Tarrant. Jake's little sister is the youngest of the foursome and also the most timid one. Like her brother, she has red hair, green eyes, and freckles. And in several instances, she is described as very pretty. Lucy Ann is very affectionate towards the people she loves, particularly her brother Jake. So sometimes she is a little jealous that Jake seems to love birds more than her. She also loves her parents, Bill and Mrs. Mannering, very much. Is Dinah's best friend and quite fond of Philip. an important member of an unspecified, quite possibly fictional Secret Service force. He meets the children upon their very first adventure and makes regular appearances in the series from that point on. Mostly, the children get tangled up in adventures which are connected with Bill's work at the time and end up solving them for him. Bill marries Mrs. Mannering and adopts all the children as his own. Upon first encountering the children, he used the lies Bill's mugs. Review of the story. The four children go on a flight on Bill's place, but things do not go right. The plane they boarded has some problem and they fall in hands of some dirty men and they land up near an isolated valley. The valley was very beautiful but deserted. The children can only see the ruins of old houses. They feel afraid at that same time, excited of being in such a strange place. They go on a trek across the valley and they land up near a waterfall. Then they come across a strange tunnel. There were a number of mysterious caves in the valley. After some days of hiding in the valley from those men, Jack discovers a prisoner named Otto, who gives him a mysterious map that leads them to the hidden treasure. The map leads the children to the cave of the lost treasure. They went inside and found an old couple living in that cave from a long time for protection of the treasure. Soon the dirty men found the cave, and while taking the treasure, Philip secretly sat into the plane and went out of the valley. Philip told everything to Bill and police, and the thieves were caught and saved the treasure. Why The Valley of Adventure is my favorite book? The Valley of Adventure is my favorite book because as we read further, the book becomes more interesting. The Valley of Adventure is a very exciting story. The most exciting one feels is when the children land on the deserted valley. No one knows what is going to happen now, or what more dangerous would the children fall into trouble. The children's courage is tremendous. These children are extremely courageous. This book is an inspiration to anybody who reads the book. To everybody that is interested in adventure stories, The Valley of Adventure comes as a handy book. I myself read this book twice and was very much impressed by the immense courage of the children. Valley of Adventure. Information about the book. ISBN. Format is paperback. Category is crime and mystery fiction. Imprint Macmillan Children's Book. Number of pages in the book is 288. Note: the book's cover page has been changed in some of the published books. Thank you for watching the PPT. May you have liked it.